In this video, we will be demonstrating how to apply the Ulnar gutter splint. We use the padding here to measure out how long the padding should be. The splint should cover a DIP joint and extend proximally past the mid-forearm. We will go ahead and lay out 6 layers of the padding. As we said before, the splint should cover the DIP joint and extend proximally past the mid-forearm. The wrist should be in slight extension with the MCP joints flexed at 70 to 90 degrees and the PIP and DIP joints flexed at 5 to 10 degrees. We use a 4-inch fiberglass splint here for 2-inch on each side of the dorsal and volar aspect of the arm. We will have 6 layers of the fiberglass splint. Now we will laminate the splint. Here we have 2 layers of padding to lay on top of the fiberglass to help absorb the water. It's important to remember that the more heavily padded side of the splint should be against the skin. Watch for radial deviation as we apply the splint. You can have the patient help you hold the distal part of the splint also. Try not to get any pressure points as you mold the MCP joint with 70 to 90 degrees of flexion, and the PIP and DIP joints to 5 to 10 degrees of flexion. You can use a 2-inch bandage to wrap the distal end of the splint. After you finish wrapping up the splint, you want to check to see if the splint is in the desired position. Remember, we want the MCP joint with 70 to 90 degrees of flexion and the PIP and DIP to have 5 to 10 degrees of flexion. You want to keep firm pressure as you mold the splint, but keep in mind, if there is a 4th or 5th metacarpal fracture, there will be discomfort if you press too hard. This is the positioning of the hand as we mold the splint. Continue to watch for radial or ulnar deviation. You can briefly take off the splint before it fully hardens to check for any pressure points. As you can see, you can adjust the splint still as necessary before it fully hardens. And as you can see, the 2-inch ace wrap is better to use around the fingers. You can use a 3 or 4-inch ace wrap for the proximal portion of the ulnar gutter splint. Remember to keep the middle finger out of the way as you're wrapping the ulnar gutter splint. I'd like to give a special thanks to Frankie Salazar in West Coast Sports Medicine.